Hello, survivors. The world of Zealand, Las Vegas is dark, brutal, and unforgiving as it is set during the zombie apocalypse that threatens to wipe out the human race. The content will be graphic and violent in nature, so be prepared. We return now to Zealand, Las Vegas to see how our group of survivors faces this dark new existence.
Hello, survivors, and welcome back to Zealand, Las Vegas. In our last episode, our survivors kind of gathered their wits about them after surviving the attack. They went and searched the house. Mitch and Colin broke open the safe to find a safe room. In there, they found 2 hunting rifles, 2 shotguns, 2 pistols, $2,000, some food and some water, and a surveillance system of the house, as well as outside of the house. They moved the ambulance and the Jeep into the garage, the SUV and the Jeep into the internal garage, and they went to check the external garage to see if they could put the ambulance in there. In there, they found a fully stocked bar, some tools, and an awesome Corvette, which Chris thoroughly enjoyed driving for a very brief time, but it was soul refreshing for that moment. As we drew close to the end of the episode, the sun was setting. They discovered that there was power, water, and gas to the house, and Wi-Fi. Mitch decided to look around, see what they had as far as food supplies go, and found some nice steaks. So he cooked up 4 steaks with some shallot butter, some garlic, a really nice meal. Matt, not really knowing his alcohols, grabbed a random bottle from the he shed, the man cave. Turned out to be a $200 bottle of scotch, Johnny Walker Blue Label, which he brought back into the house. A couple people partook, and we left off with the group kind of at ease for the first time in a few days. Our original group, having escaped, went through a lot of stuff, meeting up with Dakota and Chris, who had their own harrowing escape. Meeting up, finding some familiar faces, and just kind of enjoying a sense of peace for the first time in a little while. So tonight, as always, I'm joined by Mitch.
Hello.
Dakota.
Hi.
Matt.
Howdy.
Chris.
Hello.
Colin.
Greetings.
And Gabe has joined us through the magics of the internet.
Hello.
I'm RP Sarge, and this brings us back to Zealand, Las Vegas. You all are finishing up your dinner. Very delicious. You're feeling that good, sleepy time after a dinner. Those of you that had some scotch, you feel that little bit of warmth. It's a good feeling. And as you look outside, the light is definitely fading. It's getting on to about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So the intent is either to A, make a press for Matt's house tonight, or B, bunker down for tonight and press in the morning. So that I think the decision was to stay tonight. There are 2 bedrooms downstairs. Look like just guest bedrooms. Single bed, sparse furnishing. Upstairs there's the master bedroom, nice king size bed, and then another guest bedroom. So there's 4 beds in total. 2 bathrooms, full shower upstairs, bath, all that good stuff. So it is up to you what you want to do with that information.
I'm gonna run upstairs real quick.
Yeah.
Check the closet for the master bedroom.
Okay, that's where the safe was.
Wouldn't happen to be some bathrobes, probably monograms with this house.
There's showers? Well, there's a shower, yeah. You looking, because when you went up there earlier, you were
Probably 2, honestly.
ferrying supplies back and forth. The master bath is full on, full jacuzzi tub, Mitch size accommodation.
Jesus.
Yeah, Las Vegas bathtubs tend to be the size of a small child, and you kind of have to fold yourself into it. This is one of those proper big ovular, waist high jacuzzi tubs. You see the jets on the side. You got a full 2-person shower with a waterfall head on it.
Last time I was able to fit in a
They're
tub.
amazing.
Yeah.
Last time I was able to fit in a tub, I didn't have a beard.
Yeah. So yes, this is a nice house.
Yeah.
Everything about this house is nice, and you see pictures on the wall. It's an older couple. There's a couple pictures with kids. They're on vacations. They're on a yacht. They got money.
But yeah, just looking for a bunch of bath towel or like robes, bathrobes, lounge robes.
You see a few. There's like 4 on hangers. There's 2 bigger ones, 2 smaller ones, male, female. Monogrammed M on the breast of all 4 of them.
I'll snatch them up, come downstairs where the others are, and kind of lay them out. Alright, boys and girls, I don't know the last time that you got your clothes washed, but I say we partake. Hot shower upstairs, probably one downstairs. I can throw all the clothes in the wash, get all the blood off.
That was a good sentence. So yeah, looking around the house, there is a full-on
Washer dryer.
like nice, like energy efficient, all the good stuff.
So
washer dryer combo.
grab your bath towel, figure out who's taking the first shower, and then start throwing all the clothes in the wash. But I need your clothes off before I can wash them.
I suggest the one who got bit today take a shower first.
Here's your monogram towel, bathrobe.
So are you going to take a bath or are you going to take a shower?
Probably a shower.
Okay. So you go upstairs. I'm not going to describe the shower scene. We don't have that many fans yet. But it's a nice shower. Like it's got the waterfall head, like the downpour of water. It's a very nice, like instantly hot. They have a really good water heater. And, there's all sorts of expensive products in there. Pick and choose. And you just take a nice, relaxing shower.
We all need to get changed out of our clothes and into towels, though, so I can just do one load of laundry that we're waiting on, not 6.
And this is where we're going to start getting fatter.
So I was gonna say, to do that, we're all gonna need to be naked at the same time.
I'm going to a room and I'm
Boom.
putting
I probably would have gone into the bathroom and then just thrown my clothes downstairs.
Yeah, that's fine. So
Or off the canopy or
upstairs is the nice opulent shower that she's in. Downstairs, there's a smaller bathroom. It still has, it's just a smaller stand-up shower, but no bathtub. So downstairs, 2 of you can go at the same time, essentially.
I'm going to go in the one upstairs.
She's taking the one upstairs.
After.
Okay. Thank you for the caveat.
It doesn't matter who and when, where.
Well,
Yeah, we're not going to roll athletics to see who can take it first. So does everybody, at some point over the next hour, strip down, take a shower, all that good stuff?
take a
Yes.
bath.
Yeah, and I'll run all the clothes
Okay.
through the washer and dryer. I'll be the last to shower if need be.
That's fine.
I'm taking a bath.
So after you all do this, you come back downstairs, you see Mitch, he just got a towel wrapped around his waist. Big towel, because it's Mitch.
It's 2 towels tied together.
Yeah,
Probably.
Gabe has 2 towels on.
One for each leg, and then
Exactly.
a middle towel.
Yeah, so 3 towels. So
It's not attached to anything. That's
But
weird.
you hear like
Towel pants.
You hear the running of a washing machine. It's not super loud. It's one of those higher end model ones. And over the course of an hour, everybody showers. There's clothes in there. More like Colin size person. So Colin, you two could grab some of the women's clothes. It's fine. No
Technically,
judgment.
all 3 of you could wear the same
Yeah.
clothes.
The 3 of you could go pick and pull like some running pants and stuff. There's clothes around
It's Gabe and I that are gonna have an issue.
Yeah.
We're a bit more
to
broad.
throw on while you're waiting for your stuff to come back. So you all get dressed in various attire. You could pick and pull from the closet. Whatever you want to
get
grab.
one.
I found Hello Kitty
Question.
socks. So
Because
I'm gonna wear 'em.
an elder couple, does the girl have like an extra large shirt?
Oh yeah, like a comfy sweater.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll grab like 2 of those and then just like give them to Mitch and Kate to see
There
if
you
that'll
go.
fit.
So yes, they do. So
You have a shirt.
over the course of an hour, everybody showers
Thanks you.
and changes. The clothes wash, and you're able to throw them into the dryer. So another hour, you'll have all of your original clothes back, and you've already kind of stripped out of the firemen's outfits and washed all that off, scrubbed down with bleach solution, not straight bleach. And it's going on about 8:30 at night now.
So how do you want to split the beds and the watches? Because I assume we're going to watch, right? I mean, we may feel safe, but...
Boys and girls, figure it out. Gabe, come with me real quick. We're gonna go check out one last thing in the garage. I just want to make sure that's all set while you guys figure out the bed situation.
Dibs on Mitch.
What?
For a cuddle buddy.
He's a bear. It'll be fine.
I imagine I'm trying this guy just... What?
Yeah,
And then he
Matt,
slaps you for spitting out scotch.
how many glasses have you had at this point?
Oh, me? Oh, no, that's my first one.
You just
That's my
okay.
first one. No, I have not been drinking. I have not
So
been
give me a Constitution roll because I'm assuming
I just
assuming
take-
being underage, you
I
haven't
just
drank a lot. right?
The law requires me to
Yes.
say no.
Of course. So give me a Constitution plus 10. Ordinary.
I'm using a sigil for that.
Shit.
Oh,
Uh,
on keynote,
You
Gabe.
kind of you want it, but
Gabe, you weren't
Don't
here.
do it.
I believe you used a sigil.
you did, Gabe. Yes, you
It was
used
for a
one
will save.
sigil as a will save.
I have 5 sigils.
And Gabe, you drank that Applebee's for Mitch's birthday. So give me a Constitution plus 20.
We had you drink some of the scotch.
I have 5 sigils.
Okay, so reroll with the sigil one if you want. And then Gabe, give me a Constitution plus 20.
Oh, that's fuck. Oh, that's
You
60.
are-
That's a 60, not 90. That's still 69.
So Gabe,
18.
Did you fail?
what'd you get, Gabe?
Oh fuck yeah!
18. So Gabe, you're fine. Like this is, I don't know if you're a Scotch fan, but I love Scotch. Scotch.
I just
We can
tried
tell.
Scotch.
It's so good.
not
But this is really, really good. Like smooth, good. And you don't get a buzz, but you get that really nice, mellow feeling. Matt, what did you score? What'd you roll?
69.
What is your?
You are horny.
What is
You're
your
horny
Constitution?
drunk.
40.
So you failed by 29. That is a bad failure. So at first, you're experiencing the same thing, and like this is kind of from dinner. Then you went and took a nice hot shower, which increases your blood flow.
I took a bath. There's more.
Even worse.
That's even worse.
You probably actually finished it off in the bath. So at first, you feel the same thing that Gabe feels. Like you're like, oh man, this is good. Like I've never had this feeling before because I'm underage, and I would not do that. I've never had this type of alcohol, and this is good alcohol. And after a bit, like you get out of the bath and you're toweling off, and you go to you're drying off your legs, and you stand up, and your vision goes like this, but it kind of goes whoa.
Oh fuck!
And you're like, oh, and you grip the counter. And you're like, oh, and you don't get to the point. You don't feel bad, but you are drunk. Like off of one glass of good scotch, you are drunk, and you need to role play that. You are drunk.
I just kind of want to say, like, we probably heard that, like, thump in the
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna
oh
kiss
my God.
You're giggly. You're giggly, and you are a little stumbling.
And this is where we learned that masturbate. In the tub.
I was gonna say, if you leave it there, we all already
Everyone
knew
knows
that.
In the tub, you leave floaties?
So everyone kind of reconvenes. You're all dressed in.
Oh, I'm just in the kitchen just.
So you two are going off to do your separate thing.
Yes. Gabe and I are going out to the... First of all, so we don't have any keys to this other garage.
No, you broke the door.
Like,
Well, you didn't break it open.
Yeah.
You unlocked it.
so what I'm doing is I am locking the ambulance, taking the keys from it, obviously.
Which is parked in the outside garage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm taking the keys from it, locking the doors. I'm going to the Corvette, which is parked outside, and taking the key from that, and then just closing the door to the garage. There's nothing else we can do.
No.
We close the garage door, nothing else we can do. We flick off the light. But I just want to make sure that the ambulance is locked. We're not just leaving it unlocked in an unlocked garage.
And then
And
you
we're taking the Corvette key.
Okay, and then you head back inside.
And then we'll just head back. That's all.
Okay, so you were all reconvened, and Matt you're all kind of chilling in the living room. There's the stairs leading upstairs, and you see Matt coming downstairs, and he's
Fucking tumble.
he's giggling. No, you see him like holding on to the railing, like one step at a time.
How you doing there, champ?
Huh?
Cool.
It's on Mitch.
Cool.
Use a condom, you two. Babies are bad in a zombie apocalypse.
True.
Birth control. For 3 years.
So you're not on watch tonight?
Why?
Have fun, Mitch.
I can watch this.
If we hear her, we're gonna be banging on the walls, so just keep that in mind.
Go to bed.
I'm tired.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not tired.
You want to bet?
Like, yeah. Maybe? I'm thirsty. I'm heading to the kitchen.
So you go drink some water. So what is
No,
the?
I'm pouring another thing of scotch.
All right, I like that too. So what is the order? Who's going to go to sleep? How long are you going to pull watch? So
That shit's
it's
all
about
good.
9 o'clock, depending on what time you want to leave in the morning.
Oh,
It's first light, or do you eat breakfast in the evening?
leaving.
So you've got about 8 hours to cover. If everyone wants to get a little bit of sleep and negate having to roll Constitution to not pass out, that's fine. If you want to split it up like that, or if you want to let some people sleep the whole night, you guys let me know who's taking what watch.
Well, Who's gonna drive the Jeep?
I'll drive it.
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, it's your Jeep. You can drive if you want to.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't like people driving the Jeep besides my dad.
Then it's your vehicle.
Do you want to dodge cars and zombies in it?
Not really.
I'll drive.
That's a tomorrow morning.
So that means, that means he should get relatively the most if he's going to be driving.
Oh, no, that won't matter.
So mechanically, you just need to be able to sleep. And if you don't sleep, then you have to roll Constitution to see if you're okay to press through. And you don't need to get a full 8 hours. Like I, on average, get about 4 hours of sleep. So an 8-hour night, as long as you can sleep and maybe pull like a 1 to 2 hour watch, everyone will be fine.
So upstairs, there's 2 bedrooms upstairs.
2 upstairs, 2 downstairs.
I would prefer Gabe is.
He doesn't want to cuddle with you, Coda. He wants to cuddle Gabe.
Would
I want to cuddle.
do any of the windows face the driveway?
So the window in the master bedroom, that's the one that Chris and Dakota were looking at to see you guys. So yes, the master bedroom is right over the driveway. Like you're looking straight out.
That's sort of. Gabe, do you want to take the downstairs?
I was going to ask if there was an attic.
Not that you've noticed. No, you haven't really looked to see if there's the pull down like storage attic. But looking at the architecture of the house, if there is an attic, it's literally just like insulation, not a livable attic.
Well, isn't that like a window, like on?
In the master bedroom,
or maybe a fake window.
There's in the master bedroom. That's the one you guys were looking at.
All right. Would you prefer to be upstairs then in the other bedroom? Gabe?
It would just give you a better foot view for
So
the side check.
the guest bedroom out on the opposite side of the house faces out behind the house, which
Still not bad.
no, which is a long stretch of desert, pretty much no obstacles behind you for a long ways. And it is a clear night, so you do have moon visibility pretty easily.
Okay. Who wants to take that bedroom with Gabe?
Alright.
Yeah, let's take Matt. You two feel comfortable sleeping downstairs?
What am I doing?
Sure.
Because there's 2 separate beds.
Doors are
downstairs.
locked. Doors are locked. Windows are locked.
Wait, what am I doing?
We'll pull the blinds.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
I'm chugging another.
Oh,
Now, as for watch, I'll take first watch upstairs.
Okay.
And then Matt's out for the night.
No, I'm fine. Ow, fuck.
I'll wake you up when it's time for your watch, Gabe, and then Gabe can come down and wake one of you guys up for watch.
Okay.
So everyone, now at this point, the discussion is about 9 o'clock. Roll me another Constitution check. This time at a negative 20.
What? I'm at.
You got another cup.
You just had a second scotch. You're
Negative
already
20?
pretty
Oh
full.
my fucking god.
You're passed out. Like, let's be honest.
Pass.
That's not a pass, but I failed by 4.
Okay. So
Oh, the 14.
You
I
don't
see.
throw a
It's
ball.
just-
My con's a 10.
So you guys are talking, and you see Matt. He just kind of plopped on the couch, and he's sipping and sipping and sipping. And you're talking about who's going to take watch, and you hear snoring. You look over, and he's passed out, like a classic gentleman. Like hasn't spilled his drink, still sitting on the couch next to me. He's out.
We'll pick him up and carry him to the bedroom. Nice bright style carry.
Yeah. So
Don't hit his head on the.
you put him in bed, pull the blankets over, you give him a like on the forehead, proper tuck.
I honestly probably would too.
Just to fuck with him.
Give you a kiss on the forehead, tussle his hair.
Wait, no, here, have some lipstick.
Matt's like, no. He's like, no, Cub Scout Master, no.
No Cub Scout
I don't want to earn that badge.
No, Rabbi.
He's not Catholic, he's Jewish.
That's why I said Rabbi.
I know. But I don't think they've had massive sex scandals, have they?
No.
That's just Catholic.
They're just better at hiding.
True.
Huh?
They seduce their boys in Yiddish. Anywho.
We can't post that.
Oh yes, the
This is
sexiest
going
language.
Now that
The
I've angered a
sexiest
third,
language.
maybe a third of our fan base, 7 people. Alright, so Matt is nice and tucked in. Who's taking the first watch?
Yep.
Mitch. Alright, so everyone else, you're posted up in various bedrooms. Who's in the upstairs master bedroom?
Yep.
And who's sleeping in it? You're sleeping, you're watching out the front door. Gabe, you're sleeping in the upstairs
with
guest room,
Matt asleep.
passed out. There's 2 bedrooms downstairs, so Colin and Chris,
Oh.
you're
Cool.
because there's 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs.
You guys each get your own room. How about that?
Yeah. So everyone kind of tucks in, and for the most part, like sleep doesn't come immediately because there's a stress of the situation. But it's been a long day, long stressful day. Like Chris, especially, like whatever, like you saw Dakota get attacked, and that's stressing you out. So it's playing through your mind a little bit. But finally, like sleep comes to you. Colin, this is the first bed you've slept in a few days. You were camping. This is an actual mattress with blankets, and you're not staring at a tent. So you fall asleep pretty quickly.
Since it's summertime, I would have probably flipped down the AC to like
Yeah.
70, 75.
Yeah, it's nice in the house. Matt, you're passed the fuck out. You're good. Dakota, it's not a very safe situation in the world, but you know that Mitch is standing guard. Like, it's a comfort. You hear him every once in a while kind of rustling around. You hear a little bit of movement, but you fall into a pretty peaceful sleep.
Well, the thing is I'm a heavy sleeper.
That's fine. That's fine. But again, everybody eventually falls into a nice peaceful sleep.
And also, I think I fall asleep pretty fast too, so it's probably not that much of a difference for me.
Yeah. So go ahead. It's a pretty bright moonlit night. So you're just peering out the window to look. Give me a perception plus 20. It's pretty bright.
No?
30.
So same deal. You have a more limited field of view. You can kind of look out, crane to the left, crane to the right. You don't see anything. Are you just staying at this window to look around, or are you going to move around the house on you're assuming like 2 hours of watch?
Yeah.
How are you split up? Sorry.
We'll do
9 to 11, say.
let's go ahead and do. Each of us will do 3, and we won't leave at first light.
Okay. So for the first hour, you're kind of looking around. You don't see anything. Second hour, you're looking. You move from room to room. You look out the back window. Go downstairs. Kind of look out the back door. Move around. Still nothing. The third.
All the blinds that I'm not like. I'll like peek
Oh
through
yeah,
blinds.
yeah. You do this. You look around. You close it. In the third hour, I need you to roll Constitution because you have been up longer, and it's been for you especially a lot of adrenaline rush. It's just going to be we'll do plus 10 because you have had a very active day.
Pass.
With
18.
so you pass, and you're kind of slumped up against the wall, looking out the master bedroom window, and it's coming up on the end of your shift, and you're just looking, scanning, nothing's happening. You kind of feel your eyelids getting heavy, and you feel yourself kind of jerk, and you jerk yourself awake, and you like move around a little bit.
I'm awake.
Yeah. You shake it off. You're like, okay, cool. You go, you drink a little water, splash some water on your face. And the rest of your watch passes on the back foot. So it's now about 11:30, and it's up to you who you wake up next.
I go into Dave's room and gently shake him up. Brother, you're up. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get some shot. Love you. I'll go lay down.
All right. So Gabe, you have a hunting rifle with a decent scope on it, and you can easily detach it, reattach it. However, detaching it, reattaching it could throw the aim off. I believe you also have binoculars in your gear, correct?
I believe so.
That may be more.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
I think it's in the group gear, but you'd be able to grab those. It's nighttime, so they're not going to be as effective. But again, it's not a full moon, but it's relatively bright outside. So you start your watch.
Yes.
Okay. So you've had 3 hours of sleep. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. And you're going to be able to go back to sleep at the end of your watch. So kind of the same deal. You're going from room to room the first hour. Go ahead and give me perception. Again, plus 10, like I gave Mitch. You do have the binoculars, so
Plus 15.
yeah, we'll do plus 15
Because it's nighttime.
It's nighttime. You're looking more for distance, but it's nighttime. So perception plus 15, and you can use your eagle eye if you want.
My enhanced sight is now 56, correct?
58.
58.
Even better.
So 58 plus 15.
So wake up in the morning.
You're not waking up.
Matt's rolling for hangover. Don't
What the
Fast
fuck?
with a 50.
Damn it.
What'd you say, Gabe?
Fast with a 50.
All right. So are you just using your eyes or are you using your binoculars?
Binoculars.
All right. So you're moving around from room to room. This is the first hour of your watch. You look out the front top window. You don't see anything. You kind of look down the road. Off in the distance, you see a couple cars. They've been there. Nothing new. You don't see any headlights. You don't see nothing. Looking back to your right, you wouldn't really see the glow from the fire, and it's too dark to see the smoke. You don't really notice anything. You go to the back bedroom, the one you were sleeping in before. You look out the back with the binoculars, and way off in the distance, you see some movement. You can't tell what, how many. You just see something kind of loping along the desert. And you track it for a little while until it moves, and it's heading from 95 up towards Mount Charleston. You see it, and you kind of lose track of it after a while. You watch and you watch and you watch, and you keep an eye on the same sector, and you don't see any additional movement. With that knowledge, is there anything you want to do? And it's at like the far distance of your binocular scope, to the point where you can't really make out anything except for you see a shadow moving against shadow.
I'll keep note of it moving towards Mount Charleston, but I won't attack on it.
Okay. So the first hour goes by, you're good. The second hour, you're making your rounds. You hear various snores coming from the house. You hear Matt kind of mumbling to himself downstairs.
No, Scoutmaster, no.
Yeah, having some Camp Scout nightmares.
Just with Gabe in the room.
I thought we had enough bedrooms for.
There's 4 bedrooms.
All right. So yeah, you hear Matt mumbling every once in a while.
She just wants a teddy bear.
That's true. You see,
And some dick.
You see Mitch is the little spoon in the master bedroom. Still warm.
Sorry,
Honestly,
I had
more
to.
than likely, probably.
I mean, you roll around in your sleep. It's fine. I do. Allegedly.
No, I do. I roll around.
So
on
the
the edge.
second hour goes by
Uncle
pretty
Wine.
uneventful. Third hour,
Uncle
kind of same
Wine.
deal. I'm going to have you do a constitution. And we'll give you plus 10 because you've had a little bit of sleep. So con plus 10.
I kind of wish you didn't give me that plus 10 because I rolled a 35.
Is that your score?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you passed, right?
He only
Yeah.
has critical success.
Right.
So
So
only would have been. He's the only one that has rolled those,
yeah,
I rolled one. The
you
first
rolled
section.
one. Gabe's rolled like 3.
and this would have been his fourth.
So kind of the same deal. You feel you've had 3 hours of sleep. You kind of feel it coming back on. You're a little tired. You just spend some time kind of moving your neck around, rolling your shoulders. Give me another perception check. How much did you pass your con by? So you passed by 10, right? Like your rooftop, your ceiling was 45. You got a 35.
Yeah.
All right. So this time, since you kind of snapped yourself back to alertness, give me a perception plus 25 because the last time was plus 15. So yeah, perception plus 25. Sight based. So you can use your enhanced vision.
78.
Yeah, 78 or lower.
55.
Okay.
Out of 83.
Perfect. So 55 is a great success. So you're kind of taking your time going upstairs, downstairs, looking around out the various windows, and you go back to the bedroom you were sleeping in, and you're looking back towards the area where you saw those shapes moving before, and out of the leftmost kind of field of vision, much closer this time, you see 4 distinct shapes loping along, kind of at speed, and running on all 4s. And they're looping. They're not making a direct line for the house, but you kind of watch, and they run towards the house at a distance, and then they turn and they run back. But each time they turn, you're tracking these for like maybe 5 minutes. Each time they turn and run back, they're getting a little bit closer and a little bit closer. Right now it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. And as they get closer, you see that these are dogs. They're big, but they're not like massive big. You can't really tell breed from here, but it's a pack of 4 dogs running in this kind of a searching pattern. And you see them get to kind of the end of an arm of their pattern, and they all stop, and you see all of their snouts going up at the same time. And then they track back. Give me same perception, but this time plus 30, because you're now like high alert. So it'd be what, a 88 or lower?
83.
Nice. So out of the, from your vantage point at that window, you can just barely see a tree in the backyard. I know you can't see it on the map, but the rest of the group, they can see these trees. And you look and you see that the leaves are all blowing away from the house towards where these creatures are. They're not close. I mean, they're still, let's call it, they're still 300 yards out. So not the max range of your distance with the binoculars, but they're about 300 yards out and closing, but not with any sort of speed. Just kind of back and forth, back and forth. They maybe go 50 yards one way, they stop. You see them snouts in the air. They go 100 yards back the other direction, stop, snouts in the air. But each time they do this sweep, they get a little bit closer, a little bit closer. As if something's drawing them in.
Smell the food.
Do we have any air freshener in the house?
Roll investigate, plus 20. What'd you get?
Bless you.
41.
Pass?
Bless you.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you find a couple cans of like, Febreze. So you have 2 cans between the upstairs bathroom and the downstairs bathroom. But like on your patrol, you've checked all the windows. Like all the windows are secure and locked. And these are like you can tell these are like expensive windows with good weather sealing on them. There's no open windows, no open doors in the entire house. But you do have 2 cans of air freshener.
I'm still going to go towards the back door
Okay?
because doors aren't all too sealed very well. I'm going to spray around it just in case it's the smell of the food.
Okay. And this is like a sliding ranch door. So, 2 giant panes of glass with like Venetian blinds, which you have drawn closed the entire time, and you spray a good portion of these cans. Like, it smells like someone shit a pine tree in here. It's very Febreze. From this level, you don't necessarily have the height advantage, so you can't see them as clearly, but they have drawn closer. You watch from down on the first floor, and they are tracking back and forth still.
I'm going to quickly head back upstairs to get the height advantage.
Okay. So you head back upstairs. Go ahead and give me another perception. This time plus 30. I'm assuming you're not going to fail because you know where they're at. You know their kind of search pattern.
28.
Okay. 28 pass. That is an average success. So at this point, by the time you make it back upstairs, you see them. They're about 100 yards out. And you're watching them go back and forth, and you notice, actually give me a intuition, you've been watching for a while, intuition plus 20.
$23.
Okay. So you're watching and watching, and you notice that their track pattern has shifted to the left from your field of vision. It's gotten a lot shorter from the left to the right. And they're coming a lot closer in between search patterns. Whereas you watch them, you go from the left to the right to back. Now they're at 80 yards. And their track pattern gets closer and closer. And and then you see them stop in the middle, and all four raise their snouts, sniff, and they start howling at the top of their lungs.
Oh my god.
It's quieter because you're inside a nice sealed house. It's quieter, but you hear this snarling, screaming howl noise from all four dogs, and they break and sprint towards the house. And you're watching and watching and watching, and then they leave your field of view around the left side of the house. So for those of you that can see the map, they came in from this direction, and he lost sight of them around this side of the house. They're heading towards the front of the house gate. Everyone else, give me that's asleep, except for Matt.
Yep.
Give me perception minus 20 because you're asleep.
Oh, boy.
Just to see if you wake up on your own
Oh, I failed.
without Gabe interacting.
Mm,
Oh, I failed.
probably failed. Well, I gotta check my perception.
Oh, I failed. I failed by 21.
So if you fail, you're still sleeping.
Oh, you got it.
Wait, perception minus 20?
Oh, minus 20. Oh.
Yeah.
So the re-
My skill is 35 and I rolled a 35. But it's minus
so
20.
Oh, that's
I was so
He
That
should
is
still
unfortunate.
give him his skill point.
No. You
No.
have to roll on the modified.
I know.
Yeah.
So the rest of you stay asleep, unless Gabe chooses to wake you up. But right now, Gabe, you're tracking these four dogs, and as they got closer, you still can't really see breed, but you see they don't look right. And you hear this cacophony of yelling, screaming, yipping, snarling as it draws closer. And they disappear around the side of the house, and you hear the noise traveling towards the front of the house.
So these are obviously zombie dogs, because no dog is able to make that noise.
It might be coyotes.
Dogs.
Zogs.
Zogs or Coyotes.
So what do you want to do, Gabe?
Making noises masking rates.
At this point, everyone downstairs has gotten decent amount of sleep, yes?
So everyone else has gotten 6 hours of sleep, or 5 hours of sleep at this point, except for Mitch and you. So feasibly, everybody can get up and suffer no penalties. And Mitch has gotten like 2 hours of sleep, so he might catch a roll later on in the day, depending on what happens after this.
I'll start shaking people,
All right, so,
miming dogs, not saying anything.
okay, so do you wake Matt up, or do you leave him asleep?
I'll leave him asleep because he might still be in his drunken stupor if I wake him up.
Depends on what he rolls. So, all right, you head to Dakota and Mitch, and you two, you're pretty solid in your REM cycles. Mitch, you're a little bit lighter in it because you've only been out for like 2.5 hours, and you feel a hand on you shaking you.
What's going on? Okay.
That's to you, Gabe. Mitch is asking if everything's okay.
I did a terrible.
I know, but
Well,
he's saying,
so
you'd be able to see my hand, yes?
yeah, there's enough moonlight coming in. You have the window. This one cracked a little bit. You've been kind of leaving them a little bit cracked and searching around. So I'm assuming they see you pantomime like be quiet.
Yeah.
Do that, and I can very easily do the dog shadow puppet.
So you see Gabe over you, like shaking you awake, and he's like, "Be quiet," and he does like a little, what is it, like dog. Yeah, he does a dog shadow puppet. Do with that what you will.
Okay.
And then,
Well, now that we're awake, do we hear the howling?
yes, clearly you hear.
I will also put up the number 4, dog 4.
So you hear from outside of the window and down below. You hear this just constant, just.
I will get up. I would have slept in my clothes. Grab the sword, slide it on. I'll go into the panic room and grab the last pistol.
Okay.
I'll load that up. I'll look to Gabe and kind of motion downstairs. I'll point downstairs and give like a sleeping pantomime and jostle my hands a little bit for like a wake up kind of motion. I'll go into his room and pick up Matt and take him into the panic room and kind of lay him down and close the door.
So he's snoring.
Close the door. I'm like, what the
So
fuck?
you're not locked in there.
Yeah.
You have the ability to lock and bolt the door from the inside
If I wake up.
if you wanted to. If you wake up.
I'll lay you down in there and close the door, and then go downstairs.
Right. So you two go downstairs to where the individual rooms of Chris and Colin.
Yeah, and I'll wake up Colin. And go.
So downstairs, it's not as bright as upstairs because there's a much bigger window in the master bedroom, but there's still enough light that you can see.
By the way, do you wake me up with your hands or like you poke me with something?
It'll be a gentle light. I'll place a hand on your shoulder.
Okay. I was gonna say if it's anything abrupt, I'm
No.
generally gonna
Just kind of
draw.
place a hand and
Yeah.
if that doesn't wake you up, just the hand, I'll give you like a light jostle
Yeah, that'll work.
and just
Or rather, that'll work without me like drawing a weapon.
and just give you the 4 pantomime, and then you can hear the barking. I'm sure.
Yeah. As soon
And
as-
then I'll be like,
Yeah, so you've been out for about 6 hours. So you wake up. to
You're
this-
feeling better than you usually do.
You wake up to this jostle, but the second thing that hits your brain is this snarling noise
and I just go,
coming from very close outside your bedroom window.
and I start arming. I start getting my gear together.
And
We
then
wake
with
up
Chris is on the back side of the house, so you're not going to hear it with the same clarity.
Okay.
You hear it. Like there's no way you wouldn't hear this. So at this point, everybody, save for Matt.
I get it. Okay, I fucked up.
I'm just narrating for the people who listen to the podcast.
This is what happens when a 17-year-old gets drunk.
18.
Well,
Were you
He
18
was
at that
17
point?
during-
That's what I
No,
thought.
You were?
drinks,
Are you?
drinks and then fails his con save and then goes back for a second glass.
Birthday in April, so we're good.
So you all are awake, presumably gathered downstairs, or no?
Yeah.
So you're all downstairs and you hear this, and it's not at the door. There's no pounding, there's no scratching, but it's very close to the front of the house.
Actually, I'll gesture to all of you. I know exactly what's going on. Gesture to all of you. Point upstairs. And, I'll gesture to the stairs.
I
Go
follow.
up kind
I
of thing.
follow.
Yeah.
I felt wait.
How are you going? Are you going quickly or quietly?
Oh, quietly.
Quietly.
There's a roll for that.
Yeah.
Everybody give me stealth. So, it's going to be stealth, and you're
Is it carpeted?
Or like
sure.
a rug.
Give me stealth plus 20. The standard roll. You've gone around this house a little bit. It's a nice, locked down house.
I pass.
29 out of 55. I passed.
I will spend a sigil.
I got a 21. I passed.
23.
You should also spend a sigil.
Yeah.
Ah!
You guys fucked up.
Oh, like 8.
Tempted to spend another one.
I would have been at 60 for stealth, dude.
Well, given what's gonna happen otherwise, might as well.
What'd you roll, game?
3.
Yeah, I'll spend a second sigil.
Okay.
Yeah, also. But mine was not as bad.
Fuck me.
If you
So,
want.
if you fail, let me
Get
know.
it?
Let me know by what.
You said plus 20 for stealth?
Yes.
33.
Okay.
I got 50.
So what's
what
your
is
stealth?
your...
I got
Oh.
a critical success.
Oh.
So you get a free point of stealth at the end of the session. So just remember that. At the end of the session, add a free point of stealth. So everybody save for Mitch then.
I rolled a 96, a 94, and a 75.
So your last roll is a 75. Okay.
I guess that's better than the 96.
So that is... So,
I failed by 32, so
okay, I was
it's,
going to say, that's an awful failure. So let me do one more roll.
I'm probably like being like super sneaky and I just hear
You
like
hear
this,
floor
like,
bra-
crack.
Yeah, floorboard literally cracks underneath you.
So I would say you're probably taking up the rear. You told everybody else to go upstairs.
yeah.
And you have your sword out. How did you carry it? Up or down?
It probably would have been down.
Okay. So you have it down. Holding the handle blades going down.
Yeah.
So you're kind of ushering everybody upstairs, and you hear like a change in their tone, and you kind of turn. When you turn, you're not familiar with the house, so the flat of the blade hits the bed, hits the railing, like thunk. Silence from outside.
I don't move.
in unison, the noise just stops. And you all hear this. You freeze on the stairs.
Yeah, I like throw my hand up.
A few seconds go by. You can't really hear anything. But you see Mitch, you're the last one on the stairs. You're frozen. You're 2 steps up. You see a shadow. The blinds are closed. You see a shadow, dog head, in a window. You hear shadow goes back down. And the barking continues, but you hear it still further away from the house.
I'll gesture.
So everybody continues up the stairs in their stealthy manner. Where are you going?
I'll
Last
probably
room?
usher them into the panic room.
So you go into the panic room.
I'll close the door.
You're outside of it?
Well, no, I'll go in.
You're in. Okay, so you go into the panic room. Matt's just gently snoring in the corner.
And I will lock it once everyone's in. I feel safe enough to whisper to you in here.
They're typically not necessarily soundproof, but they're very insulated. So you can talk at a low tone in here pretty well. But you're in there and you see the security cameras, and there's one outside the house.
I wanted to see if I get this right.
Okay, go ahead.
We never moved the bodies in the driveway.
Nailed it.
They're eating the bodies in the driveway.
Mm-hmm. You're close.
Now I'll go over the security camera.
So in the security camera, you see the 4 dogs, and they're all around a body. They're not eating it, though. They're sniffing at it, and they're looking around. And they move from body to body. They're sniffing and sniffing, and you see them head towards the garage. And they're sniffing, and one actually goes in through the door. Not the garage door, but the personal door. You never closed it.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just said I couldn't lock it.
Got it. So it paused at it for a bit. Nothing happens. And you don't hear anything from in here. It's weird. You're watching, you're seeing their mouth move. Like, you know they're barking. You know they're making these howling noises. But it's like a silent film. And you see them circling around. And this goes on. And as long as you watch, they're just circling and smelling and circling. You see them sniffing at the pool of blood. You see them sniffing at the bodies. They're not biting anything. They're not eating anything. They're just sniffing.
Do they look like, undead dogs that you can tell from the security cameras, or they look like?
It's hard to tell. It's a good camera, but it's dark, and you would really have to kind of get a look at them in a light.
I call bullshit. If it's a good camera, it has an NV option on it.
Well, want to roll and see if you can change settings on it?
Yes. What would that be?
Give me a.
Is it intuition or
We'll go logic. Logic.
Ugh.
You've never used one of these before, right?
Can I help him?
I worked at Best Buy for 10 years in home electronics, and I also own them here.
Okay, so give me logic.
Also, can I help him?
Sure. So what's
Plus
your
41.
My logic is 34.
So do logic. We'll give him half.
Okay.
So
Plus
logic
20.
plus 20.
So 54.
I'm drilling in the corner.
54. I rolled a 30.
40.
So Matt, give me a perception minus 10
It's a 40.
because you're laying on a
This is
hard
plus
hard surface.
Huh?
If it's
Oh, so it's 40. All right.
You said
Either way,
Matt.
yeah, I still passed.
Matt continues to snore. All right, so you
But he did an okay success.
yeah. So you go to the menu and you start flipping around stuff, and there is one like night mode. You find night mode. You hit OK, and the picture changes. It's not the green like you see in the movies, but it's a brighter. It's not your color TV. It's more bright grays. You see 4 dogs. It's hard to tell the breed. Probably some mutts.
Doesn't really matter at that
you
point.
see splotches of darker coloring around the face, especially, and you see one of the dogs actually has like an open wound to the side where you can see exposed ribs to the side of this dog. Logic would dictate they're probably not normal dogs. This is not your average farm dog.
Well, no, I feel like they're probably like screamer dogs. But like if they're, I was like, I'm hoping like maybe they were just really messed up dogs that are on their way to becoming, but no.
Yeah, logic would point you towards either probably
Zogs. Yay.
Ziotes.
Yep. So it is about
Zat.
almost 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. Everyone's awake.
Except Matt.
Except for Matt.
I get
He's the
it!
most sleep out of
Do you really though?
So it's up to you what you want to do from here.
Yeah, like I'm
You're
hungover as fuck, bro.
It's a tight fit. It's a decent sized room. It's probably from counter to halfway through, or probably counter to wall. It's narrow and there's shelving. So you all could pull up some real estate.
They're not getting in here. If you can get some rest, and in the morning, I have a plan. If they're still around.
So is there like a marker in here?
Roll investigation. Flat.
Okay, so
You roll a
What
5.
did we tell you
Oh,
about
I did?
using those dice?
but they roll out. I guess I rolled a 5. So
Okay, so you do investigate. It's a marker. Yeah. You find.
I draw on his face.
It's a Sharpie. What do you draw?
I probably like I
A
don't know.
dick.
Most parties, you draw a dick on the guy that passes out at the party.
Give them eyeshadow.
What's
Like
he
Oh.
eyeliner.
I'm gonna give him eyeliner and then like a mustache and then probably a dick on his neck.
What's even better is when you trace a dick on it. But that's that's a fine craft.
I have that.
We would have to take off all his clothes.
And
for
she's
Dave
good
to
at it,
full
too.
silhouette.
All right, so Matt,
It's just like this like
give me
thick
flat
line.
perception.
It's like a thick line on his
She's
neck.
starting to draw.
Is this
I-
hearing?
No,
No.
it's sensation. Flat perception. She's drawing eyebrows on it.
What'd you roll?
Eyeliner.
Eyeliner.
Being safe.
Fail.
Failed by 2.
Ah!
I'm being like safe, so it's not like on his eye, but it's like a little bit above.
Wait, perception. Oh wait, no. I passed. We're good.
Okay, so
Aw.
you get one
Fine, I
eye.
failed.
You get
Fine.
both eyes done.
Yes.
You put guy liner on him, and while you're moving to draw the mustache / neck dick, you haven't started either, but you're choosing between the two, and you kind of like shift, and your knee bumps him in the ribs. Yeah, what? You are awake now.
I drunkenly swing.
All right, roll fight.
First thing
minus 30.
Minus 30.
I will give you.
He's prone.
I'm drunk.
Well, yeah.
Minus
So,
30.
I will have you do a fight. Fight minus 10.
Fuck.
On your roll, your superior position, you get a +4.
Okay.
If he hits, so it's fight minus 10. Okay, so you roll an opposing is you can either dodge or fight to smack his head.
It's not a full like it's like a smack. It's not like a full like hit.
I'd
So
probably
you can
Okay,
either
very weird.
use athletics to
Yeah.
dodge or fight.
I've done
It's over
4.
here.
I've got
I'll
it
do
down, like,
dodge.
Plus 40
Yeah.
because your superior position is
74.
prone and drunk.
77.
Okay, yeah, you wax me.
Oh!
All right. So what did you roll?
22.
22. So reverse is 22. That is to the
Torso.
Torso.
You hit me in the
Slapper
boobs.
titties.
He slaps me in
He
the boobs.
he goes to slap her, and
Just
he
grab
ends
him.
up full on anime boy like. Wait, and because he's drunk,
So you
trying to figure out what they are by squeezing them and feeling all over them.
Mitch?
When are they going? They're confused.
Mitch, when did your titties get this nice?
I'm so sorry.
So
I
you
don't think they're pierced yet.
you
Okay.
swing. You said you go to like bat away whatever's out there.
Yeah.
Right?
No, because
Yeah.
like it
I
was
said
like
swing. I would mean like.
I was gonna say roll Constitution to not get turned on because he hit your
No,
nip ring.
no.
Fresh enough.
I'm sorry. Just they're fucking.
More often than not, they would have been like
Okay,
newly pierced,
so-
so that would be even worse.
You obviously probably didn't put your chainmail back on.
No,
after-
I'm probably not. I'm probably like still in sleepwear.
I don't need to do that much.
So all right.
He
So
follows me, it's
this
cool.
is just an open hand slap. So I'm
Yeah,
not
so-
gonna, I'm not going to count like you're not punching.
No, 100%.
But I will
no.
say you take a minor wound to the left tit.
Okay,
So the
that's fine.
torso.
Are you even gonna roll to know which tit it is? Because like,
It's a 22. It's torso. I'm saying he's in my mind. She was kneeling down next to him. He just swung like this.
I did. I went to swing. I
This,
just.
I feel bad. There's 2 sessions in a row. Dakota's been hit.
You know what?
Hey,
I would have been
better-
fine with
bet-
like, groping, but like hitting's like kind of worse.
Yeah, unless you establish a safe word first. I get it.
Yeah.
Banana boat. Oh.
So it always banana
No.
pancakes. No one actually says banana pancakes.
Mine's Cattell.
So you are going to draw this, and he wakes up and swings and slaps you just square in the tip.
Dude, fuck.
Like, and I imagine it doesn't feel great.
No, it doesn't.
No.
How do we know?
I would put my
So it's a minor wound to the torso,
Come over.
which minor wounds go away at the end of your encounter. So
Yeah.
pretty much you're like, ow, fucker, and that's
You know,
about
it's
it.
like
That's
holding,
about
like,
it.
Jeez.
I'll come over to you and say, shh.
This is
fine.
the quality entertainment we bring to this show.
It's
Just
fine.
Tit slaps.
It's fine. We have a situation. We're safe in here.
First and last time.
There's zombie dogs outside. We never cleaned up the bodies. Relax. We're in a safe room. The door's locked. You look fabulous.
Oh, it's Sharpie. It doesn't come off. It's Sharpie. You have no idea what they're talking about because there's no mirrors in here.
Okay.
You are such a majestic sleeper.
You have no idea. They drew like surprised eyebrows on you.
You got cholo brows.
Just like a
And guy liner.
single brow.
Alright. I'll check the cameras.
Unibrow.
Alright, so they're still prone on those.
Okay. Like I said, try and get some sleep if you can.
I was.
So at this point, it's up to you whether you want to post somebody to watch the cameras or whether you just want to sleep and get up when you get up. It's up to you guys.
Colin, do you mind?
It's about 2 a.m.
I'll pick the next watch.
So Colin,
Wake us up if they.
You
I
guys
mean,
should.
if
You
they
guys should
leave,
all.
it doesn't
You guys should all sleep like in a similar area, just for like ease.
Oh, we were
like,
gonna sleep
they're
here.
in the
it's fine.
I'm not sleeping.
No, and like it, okay, yeah, that
Ah.
works.
I'm not sleeping for like an hour. There's no wait.
roll me Constitution minus 10.
I'm sleeping for an hour.
Don't wake us
I'm
up
sleeping.
if
You
they
be Constitution minus 10.
leave, but wake us up
Yeah.
if something else happens. Try and get some sleep.
You were like,
Oh.
hey, what's going on?
Fuck is happening?
Dogs? What are you guys talking about?
And you probably hear like first and last, and that was like it.
Yeah, Matt, just you hear him like just disjointed, like, what dogs? What's going on?
Oh.
Sorry I slapped your boobs.
I slapped your kid.
Passes right back.
That's fine. We're all gonna try and get some
Yeah.
more sleep. We can turn off the lights in here, and the monitor should still stay on, right? For the
Yeah.
security camera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are independent.
Get some rest.
So everyone racks back out. Colin, you're on watch.
Yep.
And again, you see, the cameras are in and outside of the house. Full
Okay.
on panic room.
Yep.
It's
There's really no rolls to be done because you're in a safe room and you're just watching the monitor. So about an hour goes by, and for the first like 40 minutes, there was no change. Run
Okay.
around, sniff, run around, sniff, run around, sniff.
Okay.
Then you see one of them kind of fucks off. So you have 3. You lose track of the one, but they start slowing down. Like they're not as frantic. One of them actually kind of like sits or kind of spoots out a little bit, like full on belly laying down the ground.
Okay.
The other 2 are kind of patrolling back and forth. You see one go back around to the back side of the house. You see it sniffing at the back door. It shakes its head and then goes back around to the front side of the house.
Okay.
How long are you staying on watch for? The full 3 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, so second hour goes by.
He did have the most sleep.
Yeah. So second hour goes by, really no change.
Now you're proud.
Third hour goes by. There's only 2 dogs left. You see them slowly moving back and forth.
Okay. What are they doing?
They're pacing back and forth. You see them go front door, garage door, front door, garage door, back door, front door, like almost in a search pattern. They stop at the bodies, they sniff the bodies, but they don't stay very long in any one spot.
Okay.
And then you see 4 shambling corpses coming up the drive.
Okay.
Is there a dog leading them?
No. This sound has brought them in from the wild. So 4 of them, and you see them go towards the dogs. You see like a sniffing action
Of the dogs
of
or
of
the
4
corpses?
slower zombies. You
Okay.
see them get like. So you're watching, and they're making a beeline for the dogs. As the dogs are moving around and making noise, and they get close and they sniff, and then they kind of back off. And then the dogs make some noise, and they kind of go for the dog, and they sniff, and they back off.
Okay, so do I recognize this like I would assume as me, that they're initially drawn to the sound, and then they immediately recognize what it is, and they back off?
Give me logic, either logic or intuition. Plus 20,
I was
whatever.
going to say, we have seen this before.
Yep,
You
so
have-
plus 20 is 54. Oh, I'm burning a sigil.
Using it.
Whatever. I failed twice, so no.
Welcome to my world.
So, I mean, it sounds like a good theory, and you're watching it happen, like almost like in a comical loop. Like they kind of lose interest, and then you see the dog's head go back, like it's making noise. But the dogs are less excited than they were. I mean, when you first saw them, there was a constant scream. Now every once in a while, you see the head go back, make a noise, and the 4 zombies like focus on them, go towards them.
Okay.
So you watch this go on for maybe an hour, and at the very end, you've seen the same thing play out again and again and again. And you can make the easy assumption that they're drawing a noise, they get close, they're sniffing. Logic would dictate they realize this is not meat, this is another infected, and then they lose interest.
Okay.
So even though you failed over the course of an hour watching the same thing happen again and again and again, you can make that logically pretty easily, and you're pretty confident in your assertion of what's going on.
Okay.
As your third hour of watch goes by, the dogs are even calmer to the point where there's only one left.
Okay.
The other one's kind of loped out somewhere else. There was one that was laying down. It was the one that had the gaping wound in the side of it.
Uh-huh.
About at the 2.5 hour mark, it actually flopped over on its side, like full on laid out, and it hasn't moved. It's still there, and you don't really see any movement from it. So the 4 zombies, there's only one left that you can see on the camera. So that's not. I mean, this camera view doesn't go out to the road. This is like, if you're looking at the map, it probably from your vantage point, it's probably the camera's right about here. It sees out to about here.
Say again.
So the camera you assume is about here.
Uh-huh.
You see out to about here where it gets darker towards the edge.
Yep.
They have been in and around here, going from the door, the garage, back, the back door. The back view goes out to about where this washout stops, and then it becomes desert.
Okay.
So you've lost track of all but the one dog that's laying in the front, kind of where, close to where the one, the zombie that bit Dakota.
Yep. So just a refresher, we're all in the panic room, including Matt.
Yes.
Everybody's in the panic room, yes.
And the room is sealed.
Yes. Barred and sealed from the inside.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not fucking waking anybody up until something comes in the fucking house.
No, that's
Let the-
that's fine.
And so my watch continues.
That's why we're here.
So the end of your watch continues.
I figured as much, but just wanted to make sure.
You kind of let them sleep for like an extra hour or so because you've had some sleep. So it's about 4 o'clock before you. Right now it's 4 o'clock. Do you choose to wake somebody up so they can watch the monitors? Because right now there's one dog that's not moving and one shambler that's. It's kind of weird. Like it's not moving at all. It's just standing there, and it hasn't moved for about an hour. It's just standing, just stock still, same position.
We've seen that before. They go inactive when there's no stimuli whatsoever.
And you pretty much
So,
make that logic.
Do I need to roll to assume that it doesn't realize we're here?
Nope.
Cool. Well,
just-
then who in the group would have gotten a good night's sleep at this point?
Me and
Say Chris and Dakota would be the two most well
Damn,
rested.
now there's
No,
another
wait.
same
I'm gonna
setting.
I'm gonna wake him up.
Okay.
I am very. It's like
So you whisper, it's your turn.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay.
so on the monitors, you
and
see...
by the way, I'm gonna point. Oh, we're in the panic room.
Yeah,
I can talk.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
still
Yeah.
whisper.
Yeah. I'm not gonna yell. Not my normal volume.
like low conversational tone.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell them what I've seen. I saw this. Right now there's only one Zog in our field of view. It's gone inactive. I don't know if you've seen this before, but eventually once they don't get any stimuli, they kind of just like go dormant. They don't move. They don't do anything. It's like they're hibernating until some kind of stimuli wakes them up, and then they start being active. But otherwise, they'll just sit there and stare.
Okay.
I don't know where the others went. They all left field of view, and I'll give them a quick tutorial on how
Yeah.
to use the cameras as well.
They're not the type that you can pan around.
Yeah, but
they're static.
but
you can switch views.
Yeah, but he's not going to want it in night mode once the sun comes up.
Yeah. So you get all that, Chris. Colin,
Yeah.
you go, you find a spot, and curl up, field position like everybody else.
Oh no, I'm curling up against him for
See,
warmth.
honestly, I
There you
probably
go.
would have been
On whatever side,
You know,
on
this
whatever
is
side of
style
him
horror.
Dakota is not.
There's
And then
just
I'm in the other corner just.
Freezing your ass off.
Sorry
roll to not piss yourself. I'm kidding.
Again?
No, I'm kidding.
Sorry for not. Sorry for punching.
He's like, boy, it's just 70 warm.
Especially with all the with all like the adrenaline for all day and all night, I'm probably radiating a lot of heat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sorry for
You're
punching your
sleeping.
I'm
like,
always the furnace anyway.
You're sleeping like the sleep of the dead. As many times as your adrenaline spikes and crashes throughout the day, you're definitely passed the fuck out.
I'm gonna wake up very sore.
So everyone has their chunk of ground, Chris. You see the same thing. There's the unmoving dog. There's the unmoving zombie.
Yeah.
Okay.
First hour goes by, no change. Roll me Constitution. And you got some sleep, so it's just going to be plus 10.
You got a lot of sleep.
Plus 10? Okay.
He's
But
got
it's
more than Colin.
Or say it's an ordinary amount of sleep. It's
Okay.
standard would be plus 20. But
Would this be affected by my mental wound?
No. This is just
Okay.
Constitution. This is your
Alright.
physical, your ability to stay awake.
I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm just using a sigil.
Oh my god.
Well, it's still better than what I got first time. So that's a
so you failed?
73. Yeah. So
By
let's see, Constitution. So
30, no, 29.
okay,
Wait,
so it's
no, hold on.
47.
It's plus 10.
Okay, so this is 47. I got a 73. So it's 73 minus 47.
So 30.
So that's an awful failure.
Yeah.
So you're sitting, you're standing, you're watching these monitors, and nothing's happening. You hear everybody snoring around you. And you're like, all right, I'm just going to sit up against this wall and watch the monitors. Nothing going on. And you blink, you wake up, no movement. You blink, you wake up, no movement. You blink, and that's it.
And then you wake up and it's morning.
Well,
And you wake up and there's 30 zombies standing in the driveway.
so you blink, a long blink, and you wake up, and the camera looks really weird. Like, you went to bed and it was very bright, but now it's almost washed out.
Oh, it's not night vision mode anymore.
It still is.
I mean, okay, sorry. It's still in night vision mode, but it's daytime now.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can. Colin showed you how to change the camera views.
Yeah.
You want to change it back to daytime?
Yeah.
Okay, so change it back to daytime. And the dog is no longer there.
Okay.
The zombie's no longer there. You know where they're at.
Alright, are they on any of the other cameras?
Not that you can see.
Alright. Is there... Can I see the windows or any of the doors at all from the cameras?
So some of the cameras are inside the house, and you can see, like, there's one that looks over the living room, dining room, not the bedrooms, because it'd be a little weird.
Okay.
You don't see.
My
you don't
cameras
see
look over the
anything wrong.
bedrooms.
Like, you don't see any shattered windows, nothing like
What are
that.
you,
Okay.
But you
I said
don't.
over, not into.
But you don't have any purview on where they were or where they went.
Okay.
You're looking at the clock on the system. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. You passed out for about 3 hours.
Okay. Well, that's enough time for it to wake everyone up, I suppose.
My smart will never know.
Yeah.
So depending on how you phrase your next words will be whether you do a deceive roll or negative or not.
Oh.
That's up to me. How you phrase the next hey everybody's time together.
Okay.
it's fine.
Well, no one's dead, so even if he was like, "Sorry guys, I fell asleep," you're still alive.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Cool.
Not I'm gonna yell at you.
It's not something I'd chew you out about.
Yeah. Anyway.
We're
Yeah.
in here for a reason.
All right.
I was gonna say if we didn't have this, then yes.
Yeah.
But you're good.
Yeah. So I guess I'd shake
Mitch or someone. I don't know.
We're all the two of us are connected to Mitch. So when you wake him up, you're waking the both of us.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'm nut to butt.
It's
So
it's just Mitch and his harem. Like, around.
how else could it be?
All right,
I
so
mean,
I'll,
come
I'll,
on.
So I'll
Well, you
I'll
know
shake
I control
I'll shake
easily, so it makes
Colin
sense.
or yeah I'll shake you and I'll say
How gently are you shaking me?
just
Kicks you.
like just not very hard.
Okay,
Swift kick to the testes.
Right.
that's a good way
It's
to
a
get
problem,
killed.
motherfucker.
That's a good way to get stabbed.
Yeah.
No, stabbed.
I'm
Do you sleep with, like a knife,
So-
like cradle?
Yes.
You wake everybody up.
You bet I sleep
One
with a
at a
knife
time,
in this
everyone.
world.
Yeah.
You wake up and you are not feeling great. You just spent the last several hours sleeping on a floor.
Yeah.
Matt, I need you to roll me a Constitution check. Flat. Challenging.
I'm burning. I'm using.
You are trying to see how bad you feel this morning and how hungover you
I'm
are.
using something plus 25.
Yeah, so it's going to be Constitution plus 25. How'd you roll though? You felt like 4?
Yeah.
At least you're not too
Alright.
hungover.
So you're not feeling terrible. It's a scant failure. You're barely off. But I'd say until you get some food in you, until you maybe like hydrate, the day wakes you up a bit. You take a -5 to any of your mental skill check. So if you flip to the backside, where it says skills affected by mental wounds, you're going to take a -5 to deceive, diplomacy, intimidate, intuition, logic, perception.
Oh, the cheat sheet. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're feeling a little off. You're not mentally wounded, but you're not feeling great.
Go ahead and subtract 6 waters from those cases that are up here,
Okay.
along with our other supplies.
Yeah. So I did lump those in. I did update the number of supplies. You guys are sitting pretty healthy right now with beads and bullets. We'll take, you said 6 off, so everyone cracks a 12-ounce bottle, and
You down the whole thing.
Matt's just like just throw a muscle in that thing through. Looking over at the cameras, you don't see anything.
Hey, they took off, huh? What's fine?
I actually don't know. I fell asleep when I woke up. They didn't seem to be anywhere there. They're not, as far as I can tell, they're not inside the house though. There's no sign of anything breaking open or anything turning over.
At least we're not dead then.
And yeah, I'm flipping through the cameras and to see while he's saying all this. All right.
Am I awake at this point?
Yeah,
You
we're
all
all
are,
awake.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, what brand is this camera? There's a reason for this. Like, pick something.
GE.
GE. Okay. So in a house like this, the first thing I'd want to do, if you check the, you can go into this, whatever the interface we're using for the camera is. There should be some kind of like it'll show like recordings as opposed to just seeing the cameras yourself.
So
Like if they have some kind of storage.
So,
Most of them have like a 24-hour
Yes,
window
so
for free.
you look in and you scroll back, and you turned over your watch at approximately 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So you scroll back and you scroll all the way back to when you did your changeover, and you see the dog. You see the stationary zombie. About an hour and a half goes by, and you see the dog's leg kick.
Okay.
Kicks a couple times, and you see it slowly get up,
Okay.
and it just slowly starts walking around.
Okay.
It's doing the same kind of thing it was earlier, sniffing, and moving. But you don't see the barking, you don't see the howling. It's much slower. And at about 5:30 in the morning, you see it kind of wander off. And around 6, you see the stationary zombie, its head flicks in a direction back towards Mount Charleston. And you see it slowly start to shamble off.
Okay. What time was sunrise?
It's
Farmers all night?
it's summer.
Yeah, summer, so like probably 6:15, 6:20.
Okay. I was trying to see if like the sun had just started to come up or not.
It's going a little bit past sunrise. So he woke you up around 7 o'clock. So
I meant like, did their movement correspond with sunrise?
Not intentionally.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. Like that's why I'm asking.
Not anything specific. Like the dog wandered off, and then you saw the head snap towards something, and it wandered off.
Okay.
But then you see the screen go brighter and brighter until it's washed out.
Yeah, and then I know
See
that
it
it.
flip
Yeah.
back to daytime TV.
Are we clear to leave the room?
Ooh,
I wouldn't just yet.
sword away.
Plus an actual
I'll
clothes.
take the shotgun, make sure it's
I don't think we
loaded,
have any clothes in here.
safety off,
I know.
Yep.
unlock the door.
Well, again, the camera's covered like the house. He just looked at the recordings.
Doesn't check the bedrooms.
But I'm saying, like, you saw that the house itself was not breached.
I know.
Okay. You're being cautious.
I was like,
the final
we're not taking chances.
That's fine.
Slowly open the door.
Ninja zombie frog.
Zombie cockroaches!
It's like, knew it!
Zombies, it's a ninja
Roaches.
zombie hanging on the ceiling.
No, they would just be roaches.
Zats.
Rat
But not
roaches.
zombie not zombie cats, zombie bats.
It's roaches.
That's the thing.
Zampire bats?
Oh god, we'd be screwed.
They're mammals.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'll peek out the because the master bedroom looks out. I'll peek as little as I can to get enough vision.
So, with the sun cresting, would be to your left, kind of this facing this direction.
So if it's coming up toward
So
over
then-
Mount Charleston, then it
this
should
is-
bathe all of that in light.
Because this is north, like that's north, so it's going to east, right?
Yeah.
it's going
So
to
yeah,
come
all of that
this
should
way.
be bathed in sunlight.
Yes. So give me perception plus 20, because you're just looking to see if there's anything out there.
Success. 47.
So you see, out on the road, you see two of the zombies kind of standing, looking up towards Mount Charleston. Over here, you see two of the dogs kind of running back and forth, actually moving, not like sprinting, but they're moving faster. You see the one Zog, the slower one, it's kind of started to work its way down the road, and you see just slowly kind of ambling along. You don't see the fourth dog, you don't see the other two zombies. And you didn't see them on the cameras, and you don't see them on the phones.
Alright.
So you see, again, so to recount, two faster dogs over here, one slow dog making its way down the road, two of the slower, the slow dogs, they were all slow, down here at the end of the road.
So,
Okay, I'll go back to the panic room where I'm sure they waited for an all clear. So assumption time. We've seen the fast zombies. I get the feeling it's probably something similar with all of them. So we've got two of the sprinters, the fast dogs. They're heading towards the mountain. We've got two of our shamblers at the junction of the road. And we've got what I believe to be a shambler version of our Zog heading towards the 95.
did you check the other guest room? That looks out.
Just a quick peek out is all I've gotten so far. We can, now that we know where most of them are, I think it's okay if we come out and we check around.
There are dogs.
Yeah, they're dogs.
Or
Zogs. Kind of like our Dalmatian friend.
Whenever you say Zog, it's your hog.
Yeah, well that's later.
Yeah, that's an option
Z.
too.
Zor.
Zombie.
Zombor. Zor.
That would be, they're mean alive.
Yeah. A Zadger. That's what it's getting
A Zunny Zadger.
Zadger don't
There
care.
were Zolfins.
Zunny Zadger don't give a zuck.
There were Zolfins in Rykon's
How
playthrough.
screwed do you think would be if you ran into a zombie Wolverine?
A zombie bear.
Pretty screwed.
Zombie
Or
giraffes.
honey
Depends
badger.
on
Yeah.
depends on if we have a shotgun in its general direction or
Zombie
not.
giraffes. Not even your second floor is safe.
The
So
giraffe.
you know,
Hold on. Can we just appreciate that we're not in like Africa?
Or Australia.
Oh,
Elephants.
Well, sure.
Hey, Australia would be. Oh no, that was last summer. Never mind. I was gonna say if it were right now in Australia, we'd be fine.
Elephants. Zions.
Mhm.
Like Xantelope.
Zions and Zygers and Zares. Oh my!
Exactly.
Oh, Zai.
What's up? Right?
and on that note, so what started off as a restful night was quickly shattered by the current circumstances of the world. For all of that. And I slept this far.
Hey, I slept pretty
Well,
good
I have
too.
no idea what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, and so you got some pretty good sleep. Everyone got enough sleep to count. It's it's gonna be, if it turns into a long day, you might have some struggles later. But for now, you're good.
Well, I mean, like besides Matt, I got the best.
Yeah. And due to quick thinking by Gabe and by Mitch, you all were able to secure yourselves away. And throughout the night, through observations, you started to learn some more about your adversary. Like, you all, those of you that started off in the apartment, you know for sure they're smell-based creatures. And now, with Colin's observation, he deduced that smell for them can kind of tell friend or foe. They're still very sensory-driven, but they can tell the difference between their infected fellows and non-infected prey. Through those observations, you think you understand your adversary a little bit more, and that, knowledge is power. Knowing is half the battle. The other half is unrelenting violence. So with that realization, with the sun cresting on your 6th day, finally, of the zombie apocalypse, we've been playing since June, and we made it 6 days in game. With the sun coming up on your 6th day of this new world.
One more day and it's the Horde.
And then one more, just 7 days to die. So the sun coming up on your 6th day of the zombie apocalypse with some new information on the enemy, with a known safe location at your backs, and, well, safe-ish.
Hang on, did we? I just want to make sure I didn't miss something. Did we secure the building before we left? Like, close the doors,
Yeah.
lock it if we have the keys.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, just want to
We
make sure.
haven't left.
We don't have to.
Oh well, you just said.
I said with
alright.
the sun coming up,
You said a secure location behind you.
well,
so,
as in you're in a secure location.
as in, like, I thought you
I'm
meant
trying,
as in
to,
we
I'm
left.
trying to wax metaphorical, shut up.
Uh-huh.
With a secure location at your backs and an uncertain future at your front, you greet today, just like any other survivor in this new world, with a sense of hope, but also the fear of knowing that it might not be, or this might be your last sunrise.
There's a massive fucking hangover.
Matt has a slight hangover.
Massive.
You're lucky you
It's
didn't
his
pick up
first-
like tequila. You'd be dead right now. So with that,
Kill me now!
I am joined by Mitch,
Bye.
Dakota,
Bye.
Matt,
Fuck my head.
Chris,
Hello.
Colin,
I feel fine.
and Gabe.
Bye.
As always, I'm RP Sarge. Don't forget, go ahead, pour one out for your dead like button. Got hungover. And help us get the word out for Zealand, Las Vegas. Till the next time we meet, stay alive.
Another giveaway at 200.
I can only afford so much. Next giveaway is at 1,000. I'll give away a hardcover book of this game.
Oh, that's nice.
Can I go for it?
$70 value. So in any case, until the next time we meet, stay alive.